Hey everybody, it's a Song and Sword Thursday. Thank you for being with me. Love you guys. Praying for you, and just in the lobby here early in the morning, doing some studying and talking to you. Our daily time together. Hey, it was so funny because a security guard just walked by and he said, "Hey, how's that book that you're reading?" I'm like, "It's the Bible. It's the best book ever." And he started laughing. He's like, "I asked for that." So anyway, I don't know if that's a witness of the Lord today, maybe in his life. But I hope that you guys are doing well. Keep going, guys. Keep praying for us, and super excited about the sermon I'm writing today that I'll share with you guys on Sunday. This idea that there is the relevant church, and a relevant church is what the world needs right now. We need a church that looks at all the idols and the philosophies of the world and says, we have some answers for that. And Paul's sermon in Acts 17 in Athens is a part of that answer. So hope you guys will join me on Sunday. Invite a friend. Really important that we keep doing this as we press forward in the Word of God every day. And those of you who are in Florida and Indianapolis and Colorado and other places to the States, those are the big watchers for Song and Sword. So thank you guys. Love you all. Thank you guys for being with us. I'm going to go to Numbers 11 today. A very important lesson for us. It's an important lesson for me, so I hope it works for you too. But Numbers 11 starts off with something we're very familiar with. The people complained in the hearing of the Lord about their misfortunes, and when the Lord heard it, his anger was kindled, and the fire of the Lord burned among them and consumed some of the outlying parts of the camp. Then the people cried out to Moses, and Moses prayed to the Lord, and the fire died down. So the name of that place was called Taberah, because the fire of the Lord burned among them. Now here's the verse that I really want to focus on today. Now the rabble that was among them had a strong craving, and the people of Israel also wept again and said, "Oh, that we had meat to eat. We remember the fish we ate in Egypt that cost nothing, the cucumbers, the melons, the leeks, the onions, and the garlic. But now our strength is dried up, and there is nothing at all but this manna to look at." Complaining is a part of human life. In fact, as I get ready to, along with you and God's help, start this church called Song and Sword, one of the things that I'm going to emphasize on Vision Sunday is let's try to keep complaining to a minimum. It's very human to complain. What are they complaining about here? These are the people of Israel who have been delivered from the slavery of Egypt, and they're complaining. What are they complaining about? They're complaining, particularly in this case in Numbers 11, about manna. All we have is this manna to look at. You can see them, turning their nose up at it. Manna, every day it's manna. Manna for breakfast, manna for lunch, manna for dinner. And then they start comparing the diet. They start comparing what they're eating now, what God's given them, to how great it was in Egypt. It was so awesome. Man, we had cucumbers and melons and fish and leeks and onions. We had gourmet meals in Egypt. And now we just have this manna to look at. So they complained. Isn't it a lesson for us today? We complain about God's provision because we think what our desire is. I see this, they had a strong craving. Verse 4, we have strong cravings for things that are not necessarily good for us. God simply could have said to them, "Hey, you know what? You want to go back to Egypt? Okay, go back to the slavery. Yeah, you'll eat fish every night. But I'm giving you living bread that's going to sustain you in the desert for 40 years. This is so typical of me and you and the people of God in the Old Testament. We have been given a provision by God. God has given us so much through his son Jesus, through one another, through the gift of the Spirit, this day, this breath, our families. You could go on and on. The things that we sit sometimes where it feels like a desert, and we sometimes have cravings for something else. And all we can do before the Lord is complain because of what we don't have. And I think there's a lesson in it for us today. Let's be a people of God today that don't complain. It's hard because there's so much in life that we want, or we think we want, or we crave, we think we need, and we don't have it, and then we get mad and we complain to one another, we complain to God. The people of God in the Old Testament had just been delivered from Egypt's slavery, and they longed to go back so they could do what? Eat fish? Guys, It's better to be free in the desert with the bread of heaven than be enslaved in Egypt with all the greatest food that the world can buy. And that's how sometimes we deal with life here. We focus on the eternity, the nature of the bread of heaven, Jesus Christ, who's come down, and we're thankful for that. And we don't complain about the stuff that doesn't go exactly well here, because here is slavery, and this world is enslaving. But God gives us something spiritual, something greater to look forward to and to have now. His name is Jesus. Let's keep our complaining to a minimum today. How about that? A no complain Thursday. Can we do it? I hope we can. God bless you guys. We'll see you tomorrow.
Hey Central Illinois, it's Pastor Mike from Song and Sword. I've got a very exciting announcement and invitation for you August 20th at 9 a.m. here at the Grossenger Motor Arenas in downtown Bloomington. It is an invitation to come and hear what God is planning on doing in Song and Sword ministry. It's a Song and Sword Vision Sunday. Everybody's invited. Invite your friends, your family, your co-workers, your neighbors, people new to town. We have plenty of seating. We'd love to see you here and share with you what we believe God is getting ready to do to change this town and this world. Hope to see you there. God bless.